brands. At what point does it make sense for an artist to collaborate with a brand? What do you need to have? How does it all come together? And can it make you a lot of money? What's going on, guys? My name is Matei. Another day from Music Biz Daily. To all my YouTube watchers, thank you so much for spending time on my page and watching my videos. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification button as well so you receive these videos on a daily basis. Let me know in the comments what other topics you would like me to cover. And also make sure you check in the description, click the link to see what me and my team do. Check out my Indie Artist Accelerator if you want to get to the next level in your music career. But I don't want to waste too much time with saying all that. Thank you for your support, and let's discuss today's topic about how artists can actually, do brand partnerships or collaborations with other brands. So when it comes to artists collaborating with brands, you sort of have to think about certain things that need to be in place for you as an artist to even try to approach, a brand to do a collaboration with, where it makes sense for both parties business-wise. Just high level, the things that would need to be in place to do a proper collaboration would be money, leverage, or you have to be able to verify the opportunity of why you're pitching your brand to somebody else that they can benefit off of it. And when it comes to the leverage, as I mentioned, it's about product placement, right? Usually artists or brands will work with artists because there's a product placement or service placement involved, and the product company or the service company that's endorsing the artist or collaborating with them on some type of a campaign wants to be able to get their services or products in front of the artist's audience. Right, so let's kind of break those down in a little bit more detail. When I say, money is needed in the transaction, it's basically about leverage. If we're talking about somebody as big as Drake, then, companies will be coming to him most of the time to say, we want to get in front of your audience by paying you X amount of dollars to put your product in your video or in the movie you're about to do, or in a podcast interview you're about to do, whatever the case is. And there has to be some understanding about what is going to be done in exchange for that money. If it's flipped the other way around, that you're not a Drake type artist or at that level, but you're all the way at the bottom just starting out, for example, you may have to pay the other brand to collaborate with them. Let me give you a realistic example that we've had our clients do fairly successfully. Is that let's say there's a church in your community or a nonprofit that's doing something good for the community, and they need an investment or donation in order to complete their goal. So the artist and their team, if you give a big enough donation to the cause of whatever that church or nonprofit is trying to complete, maybe you want to raise enough money for this new school year and make sure kids have basic school supplies before going to school. Okay, you put out X amount of money, a lot more than just somebody giving $10 into the donation bucket. But let's say you put up $2,000, then you have enough leverage. That money gives you the leverage to be able to request certain things like, hey, can we sort of let my videographer capture this moment? Can we have the director of the church or the director of the nonprofit do a quick 5-minute or 2-minute interview with the artist, or just talk about how the artist benefited the community, whatever, to get the artist exposed potentially through a PR story, things like that. So that money gives you leverage. So it could be used both ways. If you're in the mid-level, it could be a reciprocal type of situation where you exchange kind of each other's services. Let's say you already have a regional brand, and you can always get a bunch of people to your like a venue, maybe 200 to 300 people, and you're collaborating with another company that is an energy drink company that wants to be selling their energy drinks at the bar to be mixed with alcohol as you're performing, for example, right? If there's enough leverage there, instead of them having to pay you and you pay them for the collaboration, you guys talk about the product placement and what you're going to be kind of talking about that brand. You're going to be enticing the bartenders to be mixing the energy drink with the alcohol for the people that are there to see you. And instead of the energy drink company paying you directly, if they have a deal with the bar where they can get you proceeds of all the different drinks that have been sold with the energy drink in it, that's the way to do it, right? So it's again, position and leverage. Both companies are sort of emerging, and instead of you paying the energy drink company to be associated with their brand, or them paying you to get in front of your fans as new customers, you guys can do an exchange of services, or somehow negotiate where the money or proceeds from the profits, how it's going to be distributed to both parties, right? Affiliate marketing is another way. If you got a medium-sized brand and you can drive a lot of traffic to your music videos, and in turn you're promoting energy drink in the music video, or like a clothing brand in there, then you can put a link for that brand in your description and somehow encourage, maybe at the end of the video or just in the description itself, to say, hey, support my partnership with this clothing brand and purchase some of their products. Here's a direct link. It's an affiliate link to you, right? And that goes to the topic of like having the verifiable statistics or verifiable data to approach a brand a certain way. We've done this a few times with our clients, to where we've marketed some of their singles to a certain extent. Like we got them 1 million views on their video. And we've done it multiple times through marketing, or a certain amount of streams on the song through all the DSPs, so on and so forth. And then when it came time to collaborate with another brand, we had the marketing statistics to say, look, if you are willing to put your brand, or maybe get supplement the budget of the next music video with X amount of money and give us your brand so the artist can wear it, we can guarantee X amount of views on YouTube in front of your brand. And that is we've done it a few times to supplement the cost of a music video, right? So again, it's a collaboration partnership between the artist and the particular brand that you're going to business with. But you have to think about it just like a sale of your product or to another company. Or put it this way, the simplest way to look at it is, what can I do for you? How can me and my team help you? So if you're an artist with the position of lower leverage, and you go to a company that has a marketing budget that may be looking for influencers or artists to use them to market their brand through their fans, you go to them and say, what can we do? How can we promote your product? What can we do for you? And then you can negotiate a brand collaboration partnership, or maybe even some money on top, or at least a bunch of free clothes or backpacks or socks or whatever you're promoting. If it's the other way around, again, you're going to the artists themselves, like, what can we do for you? How can we get you more exposure? How can we make sure you're in the best looking cars because your company's Porsche or Lamborghini, and you want to make sure that these cars are in the videos, or this, things like that. So you have to approach each party like you're selling your product or service to somebody else. A lot of times collaborations will happen that way. And if you're an influencer as a music artist, then again, people will be coming to you and maybe asking you, well, how much will we have to pay you to get our product in front of your fans through your Instagram page, YouTube page, whatever the case is. And you will have to treat each opportunity separately and see, is this a brand I want to work with? Is that going to tarnish my reputation or brand? Things like that. So there's a lot of things to consider. But if I'm going to end this video on any note, I'm going to end it on the note of saying there has to be a position of leverage at one party or another, and a reason for why you two want to collaborate. And if one party has no leverage, they have to be able to give a strong incentive to the other party to collaborate with them as a brand endorsement, situation. And that could be a lot of money can be made by having a real audience of real fans, not only verifiable through social media, but also if the brand can verify through the fact that you've done multiple shows, you've brought out multiple people in physical venues and things like that. So the verification is also absolutely needed. Otherwise, most legit big companies would not do brand endorsements with artists. There's some companies in the early stages that may get tricked by an artist, thinking, let us give them certain clothes to wear because they got a lot of followers, but half of those followers may be fake. Sure, that happens, but at the end of the day, that's from that business. They need to learn that if they're going to endorse anyone or pay any influencer any money to do a brand collaboration where they better look at their stats, they better understand where their audience is coming from, is it real, what are the profile visits, and look, I made a lot of videos on this already, so you guys know what to look for when you're dealing with trying to hire an influencer. Same goes for the artist. If the artist wants to get on the influential page, you need to be doing that same type of verification. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. As always, we're gonna see you tomorrow for another day of Music Biz Daily. And until then, just make sure you share this video with any artist or producer that needs to see it, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.